Guys, Melissa here today. Today I want to talk about trauma. What exactly is trauma? Sometimes trauma, I'm going to talk about it in the context of abortion. It's not being able to emotionally process something well enough that you can get over it and that you can move forward in life. So, abortion has a lot to it. It is not a simple, oh, the past is the past, just get over it, just, move on. I watched a video today about, I'm trying to think of who it was because I watch a lot of YouTube videos, but it was about a lady saying when you have a breakup and your boyfriend and you have broken up, there's certain things you can do to help you move forward, but you don't want to move forward without dealing with the trauma of that situation or the denial, rejection, whatever comes into that relationship. And when you do that, many times it's easy to move on to one relationship after another. I was thinking about this when it comes to abortion. Many times abortion is dealt with in this way. It's just, there you go, abortion. You had your abortion. I'm thinking about girls who walk out of the clinic and it's all set. It's over and done with, and you don't ever have to think about it again. That's not really how abortion consequences work. I've seen girls come out of the clinic when I've been on the sidewalk and give the escorts who aren't even the medical society, really, they're just underpaid people to stand there and hold signs or escort the girls in and make people who are pro-life look bad because they're there trying to help a girl not kill her baby. When I've seen this, I've seen girls hug the escorts, thank them for taking care of their problem, and move on as if life, what just happened, never really happened, and life goes on. What you want to do is you really want to have the time to take care of things in your life, whether there's a lack of intimacy, whether there's broken relationships, whatever it is. You want to take really good care of yourself so that you can move on well. I have an entry that I had written down and I journal, but some of my papers just are not in the journal until I get them in there. And I'm not going to put the date down, but I'm going to, talk about what I wrote. And I said, was this the day the decision was made to pull me out of school? There was so much that happened with just my abortion that was manipulated that it was just swept under the rug and never talked about again. Not really, not except you're too young. So I was thinking back as I was getting into the details and healing from this, which day was it that I was pulled out of school? And I never thought about it until last night. Which day was it? I can't even remember. I have the date that it happened, and it's etched in my mind forever. But I can't remember which day the decisions were made or how quickly they were made. I mean, it was really quick, but what went with what part sometimes. For me, being taken to a restaurant and acting like nothing was happening when I was dilating, I had been brought to the doctor's office and they had dilated me, and for some reason, and I still don't know to this day, what kind of medical care lets a woman leave when she's pregnant and dilating. And it's not like when you're in labor and you're waiting to be dilated to have that baby. You're actually being dilated without any care if you're outside the office in a really unnatural way, because you are being dilated in a way with things that usually do not happen when you are ready to carry the baby. So from there, being taken out of a restaurant when a waitress noticed I was in agony, I then went and I was told, come on, by the person who was with me, let's get out of here. Then I was taken into the car to dilate some more. So I do remember that. I don't remember the ride over back to the clinic because I was in so much pain. But my point is not to be bitter, not to be angry, but there is a time that a girl needs to digest things. And for me, my situation was a breakup with a boyfriend that happened. And part of it was because of this, because he had used a condom that was old in his wallet, and I believe it was to keep me to stay with him, to get me pregnant so I could stay with him, and the condom broke. And from there, it was just done and over with. There wasn't a lot of talk. A run in his house and run out when his mother wasn't there, just to hurry up and make a decision. So when a girl's mad still and she's in that situation where she really isn't having good counsel and she can't really, even deal with a pregnancy, or it not even being really cultivated that she's pregnant, it's just, how do you get out of this situation? How do you get out of trouble? It will affect you all your life. And what you want to do is when you do heal, and this is my main goal for doing these videos, it's not to throw people under the bus, it's not to cast blame, although I did put the blame where it did go, but it is to help women heal. That's the goal. I would hope to be able to help many, many, many women heal from this. After all, your child was killed one way or another, however it happened, and you will subconsciously miss that child. That was something that was part of you. That was, it was a part of your life, whether it was an accident or not. And for me, it could have been a girl, for all I know, who would have grown up and who would have been a lot like me. Or maybe she would have been totally different from me. These things you think about and you wonder, and you don't have to beat yourself up about it, but you do. It's kind of in the back of your mind. You just wonder. So when we value life, we need to value the mother's life and the child's life. And we need to have more solutions. And definitely, if this is something that has happened to you with the way the culture is, and we are seeing more abortions now than ever, it's the number one issue of the day. Abortions. It's not Black Lives Matter. It is Black lives are being killed the most through abortion. Abortions it's one of the biggest cultural issues right now, and we want to put an end to this. We want to value life, and I think unless people really understand how precious life is, that it's a gift from God, we're really not going to be able to understand the value of it. And I was looking at Abby Johnson's post yesterday, and there was something about Dr. Fauci doing experiments with babies' scalps from an abortion put onto mice. Now, I don't know how, I didn't look at it long, but I was disgusted and sickened to think about the scientific experiments that are taking place. Even this COVID vaccine, I'm not sure, but I'm hearing there could be abortion fetuses in it. Is it ethical? No, not at all. We don't use other people to put ourselves ahead of the game. And that's what a lot of this is. So we want to definitely end abortion. We want to shut Planned Parenthood down. We want to come together and we want to, really value life. And so back to what I wrote, this was just something that can really hit women later on in life too, especially if you've become a mother. and you know what it is to go through labor, and you know what it is to have children and the joy of having children. I absolutely had a passion for motherhood, and we want to see girls choose motherhood. Okay, thanks for joining me today.